Press record.
Yeah, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Camp Directors Chat for January for Daniel Webster Council and Camp Carpenter and GSR and for Base Camp. Again, we will get started in a couple minutes once we have everybody in.
All right. I think I've gone a whole 30 seconds without a ding dong. So here we go. So hello, as Drew said, welcome to January's Camp Directors Chat. I'm Allison Beatty. I'm the general manager of Granite Base Camp. And tonight we are joined by Drew Radlewski, the director of GSR, and Brett Branscombe, the director of Camp Carpenter, as well as Bill Donovan, who is our VP of camping for the council. So thank you to our directors and Phil for joining us tonight as well, because otherwise y'all would have a lot to hear from me, and I'm not all that fun. So what I'd like to say in my opening statements tonight is that I have a little bit of bad news, but it's only a little bit of bad news, I promise. The outside agency that we are working with to create our new group sales module on our website will not be able to deliver that previous to camp this season. And so I apologize for telling you it would be here. We had been told it would be, and unfortunately it is not. It will not be here in time. So we will go back to our traditional model, and we will have registration up, I would guess, in the next week and a half. I'll be working on getting those built this week so that they can be sent out and registration can begin. Some of the dates, though, we do have for you is that camperships will be available shortly and will need to be turned into council no later than March 15th. Deposits will be due early bird. The early bird date will be April 1st. And final payments will be May 31st. One thing I will say is that we are going to hold that May 31st deadline as tightly as possible, because for the camp, it is hard to plan if we think that we are having 300 or 500, and suddenly in one given week we are having 550. It's one thing for one or two, it's an entirely different thing for an extra 50 people. So we are going to hold tight to that May 31st deadline. I recognize that that is a cultural shift here in the Daniel Webster Council. And so I will kindly remind you as much as I can that we are holding tight to that May 31st deadline for final payments. I learned just last week that last September, we chased nearly $60,000 in unpaid invoices, and that's just not a good business model, y'all. So I apologize, and I recognize I'm making some changes, but we will be expecting final payments by the end of May. So holy moly, we are well visited tonight. People are just keep coming. Phil, do you have any comments you want to make tonight?
No, I'll just say, Allison, that I want to thank everybody who has done their site reservations. That's a huge help for us in planning our summer and what we can do for program and staffing. And I would remind everybody who's not done their site reservation yet to please do so that we can continue our planning. And as Allison said, it's a lot easier to plan for crowds when we know when they're coming. So thank you if you've done it, and I encourage you to do it if you have not. So that's all I have, Allison.
Thank you, Phil. Before I answer some of the questions in the chat, which I will get to, can you please change your name to tell me which camp breakout you'd like to go to? So if you are a Scouts BSA unit and you want to go, you're going to GSR this summer, or that's what you want to learn more about tonight, you're gonna change your name to your name and then GSR. If you'd like to go to the Camp Carpenter breakout, please change your name to your name and either CC or Camp Carpenter. If you're not sure how to change your name, if you hover over your photo, there are 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. You can click on those and choose the word rename. So some questions in the chat. Robert Fox, I'm pretty sure you emailed about this week, about the state camp scholarships not available for Hidden Valley. It was a mistake, and it is, Derek is reaching out to the state and it will be rectified as soon as we can. Jessica, is campership available for all councils or just those from New Hampshire? It doesn't hurt to send it in. We can certainly review it. Also, I do know SOA specifically will probably support you as well in that endeavor. I just happen to know that Jessica's coming from SOA. And site reservation links, I can get those in the chat while the other 2 camp directors talk. Or actually each camp director can put them in their own chat when we go into the breakout rooms. Where and what specific web page are the camp director monthly chats being able to view? So those who register, I send that via email. The last one went a little bit later than planned, and I apologize for that. I'm getting better at it. And again, I appreciate your patience in that. So you'll get it in your email. Where are the dates available on the website? Erin, I am not sure about what your question means. So dates, week 1 starts just June 26th, and week 7 ends in Manchester August 12th. And then week 7 begins, week 8 continues for GSR, but it starts the same week. My computer decided it was not going to play nicely, so I'm on the move. Moving further down. Do we know prices yet? Yes, we do know prices. The price for GSR this summer is going to be $590 if you pay full price. The early bird price will be $560. The adventure card price would be $540, and with the early bird and the adventure card, it is $510. Camp Carpenter is $530. Early bird is $500. Adventure card is $480, and with both discounts, it's $450. Program guides will be coming in the next couple of weeks. They're still being worked on. I know Brett's going to talk about his in his breakout room. Thank you, Lauren. I'll try to work on that when I do breakouts. So Mike, it's not that, so I don't want to say that no one can register, but we have had a habit. The question was, does the May 31st deadline mean that no one can register after May 31st? We have a habit of allowing units to show up and pay for 6, 7, or 8 kids on the Thursday before they come to camp on Sunday. And that doesn't work. That's not fair to the camp directors and to those staffs because they haven't prepared for those extra 6, 7, or 8 kids. And if every unit did that, we could be talking about 50 extra kids, and that's going to throw all of the planning off. And so I don't want to say no one can, but we are going to hold fast to that May 31st deadline as best as possible. No, thank you, Michael, for asking the question about paper med forms. No, we will still have an online med form system. That system is still in place. We piloted it last year with GBC. Once we have your registrations, we will work on a workflow so that you get the link, families get the link to pay for, to fill out their med forms. Erin, did I answer your question with the camp dates, or do you need them to be more specific? Oh, thanks, Brett, for filling in some of the chats.
I was looking. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I was looking for the dates of all the different weeks, and I couldn't find them on the website.
So Brett has put them in the chat. John, can you receive access to all of the camp director chat recordings, even if you were not able to register or attend? Yes, we just aren't posting them on the website. So if you reach out to me, I will work on getting them for you. Camp Carpenter Tiger and Tiger Early Bird. So the pricing is the same, and if I'm entirely wrong, Brett, speak up. The pricing is the same, and your adult, they just have to have their own adult. Adults are $210 at Camp Carpenter. Extra adults.
So I
There's
just
a couple of
posted that price
questions.
in the chat right after.
There's a couple of
Oh,
questions.
sorry.
Couple of questions on COVID that I'll answer real quick.
Go for it.
It is January 30th, everybody. We're not going to make any decisions right now on COVID. Things can change in a week, a month. We all know that things are changing. Once we get closer, I know that Jay has been talking to the doctors on chats and stuff and what their concerns are. And right now they just want to go ahead and go forward with scouting. And we're not going to come with any decisions on what we're going to do with COVID for this summer yet.
Thank you, Drew, for catching those. Will unit leaders have access to digital med forms? We will not yet. Doesn't mean you'll never have access to them, but not currently. What is the policy for youth vaccines? So the BSA's policy, vaccine policy, has not changed. They did, they have a new draft policy out, and I have spoken to National in the last month and was told that it is highly unlikely that their new vaccine policy will be expected to be rolled out prior to 2022. So we expect that new vaccine policy will not roll out until after this camp season, or will not impact this camp season. Thank you, Brett. Will GSR be able to manage scouts with dietary issues? I assume the quick answer is yes. We manage them down here in Manchester, and we work with the same vendor. So I assume, but I'll let Drew speak to that.
Yes, we can.
Excellent. Jeremiah, the deadline for early bird is April 1st. And that will be an early bird deposit. Thank you. Toby, I believe so. So is the early bird deal still $100 deposit by April 1st? I believe so. However, we are, like I said, we'll build those links this week and those will come out, but I would assume it will stay, that part will remain the same. So somebody said, I have already registered the troop before it reverted back to pending or coming soon. What's the next step? Does that, so you, oh, I wonder if that was in the old system. Make sure you talk to Drew so we know who you are and we can look in the old system and pull that through. All right, that was a lot of talking and no one needs to listen to me that much. I'm gonna give each director just a minute to do a quick overview while I create the breakout rooms so that I can, yeah, so I can do that. So anybody, Drew, do you have anything you want to add?
Nope, we just had about foot of snow dumped on us at GSR, light powdery stuff. Temperatures have been very cold. The reservation has been ice. I mean, nothing but ice underneath the roads. So if you are making your way up to the reservation, please do take care. We had to pull last week and we had to pull 1, 2, 3 vehicles out of snow ditches and stuff like that. So just be careful when you come into the reservation. And I'll answer whatever questions we have for GSR when we go into our breakouts.
Brett, do you have any overall messages for people?
Yeah, it's an exciting time. We're in the new year. We're starting to get ready for the season. We're interviewing staff. I'll talk about it a little more in my breakout too. But I think across all the camps, if you have people who are 15 years or older and might be interested in working, have them fill out an application and talk to us because we'd be happy to see where they might fit in our teams.
Also, if you have not changed if you have not indicated which camp you'd like to participate, which breakout you'd like to participate in, please change your name in order to include either CC or GSR as part of your name so that I can, I almost just sent Brett to GSR, so that I can assign you to the correct room. Couple of things that while we have this many of you here, I do want to let you know that short-term camping has gone to a new system that will require payment upon reservation. And that can be found, you can still find it in the same place on the NH Scouting website, but I do want to make you aware of that. All of the same things are still there. Everything still can be registered. If you registered in the old system, your reservation was moved to the new system, and you may have received a link to requesting payment. That way we can start managing these things ahead of time versus having to manage them right at the when you arrive. So that's something I wanted to say. Also, if you haven't checked out the schedule for Granite Base Camp, please do. We are open every Saturday in Manchester, minus a couple this winter. That allows, so we're open every Saturday with all sorts of programming happening during those Saturdays, as well as we have a winter camp coming up. We have a something else. Oh, we have a fishing day, ice fishing day up at GSR on the 27th of February. So we really would love to see y'all at all of those events. If you still have questions about what it happens at Granite Base Camp, please reach out because we'd love to share that information with you. All right, I think I'm just about gotten everybody assigned. I know there are a couple that left me comments in the chat, and I may need you to do it again just because I can't. I think, yeah, I'm working on it. Okay. So we're gonna open the breakout rooms and we'll send you to breakout rooms. If I don't see y'all again tonight, oh, sounds like there's a question.
My name is Danita and I need to go into GSR. I can't change my name.
That's okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you.
And I know there are a couple people who are on a phone that are also having issues, and I will once everybody goes to the breakout rooms, we will clear up those who are still waiting. So just clarifying. So there's a question about, we did not have or use digital med forms last year. We still had to support all paper forms, submit all paper forms. How is there an info page that explains how it works? And sorry, part of the question is cut off. And how do the parents of each scout receive a link to fill in the med form? Is this still the BSA parts A, B, and C? And does it require a physician signature on part C? What about the epi and inhaler forms, etc.? So this is a HIPAA compliant BSA med form. And so yes, it is the exact same med form that you have done in the past. We will also get the epi and inhaler forms set up in that system so that people can check those off and fill them out as needed. And the families will receive the link once they register. If you register as one unit and give us just the scout's name without a contact information, then it will go to you. The link is a blank link, so it doesn't matter if you forward it to someone to fill in the med forms. In terms of part C, you will be able to upload the signed part C from the doctor as a photo. We will ask for these early, like we typically do with med forms. And the reason for that is that if you upload a photo of yourself instead of your part C, the system doesn't know what photo you uploaded. And so we will have to go through those still. However, having them electronically, being able to look at them and being able to not have to print them all will be more productive use of time for anyone who has been in the position of having to print. You know, Drew had 2019 scouts last year. And so if you receive if you think about all of those having been printed, that's a lot of time. And so this will be a cleaner system for everyone. Just quickly making sure there's no more general questions. Oh, the current policy for vaccination. Those are on the med form and of what's expected to be, what vaccines are expected. If you can speak more closely to your actual camp director. Sorry, he didn't say it. Yeah, thank you, Kristen. Awesome. All right, so I'm just going to assign the last few people who just arrived. If your name has not been changed, please make sure that you let us know which camp you'd like, which breakout you'd like to join. Like I said, just assigning the last few people. Awesome. All right, I'm going to open all the rooms. Those who are still waiting out will figure out where you want to be and I'll assign you. Have a great conversation. Doug Vogel, where do you want to go?
Kim Carpenter, please.
Gary Martin.
Valley, please.
Yep. Lauren Klein, I know you asked me, but I think you said GSR, correct? You got lost in the chat.
No, Carpenter, please.
Yep. Michael Ban, which camp would you like to attend tonight?
Carpenter.
Oh, sorry, this one got changed to Carpenter and I didn't see it. Stephen McDonald, which camp would you like to listen to tonight?
Griswold?
Griswold. I think I know that Steve McDonald.
You do.
Excellent.
Hey.
All
right.
Thanks, Steve. I
Thank
have a
you.
couple of phone numbers who have not yet been assigned. An area code 303 number. Where would you like to be? How about an area code 617 number? Which camp would you like to hear about tonight? I'm going to pause